Ministry of Health a couple of years, 2 years ago, came by on the street at night, one night, and sprayed God knows what.
Oh Lord.
And killed all of my bees, one shot. The next morning, all my bees were on the ground.
Welcome to the Healthy Reasonings podcast with Dr. Andre. You are now listening to your number one source for clear, unfiltered conversations about your health and wellness. Join us every Tuesday for success stories, educational topics, and interviews with wellness experts from around the world. You can listen to this podcast on your computer, phone, or any other electronic device that streams podcasts, or download each episode and listen to it on the go. Let's get started with today's episode.
Everybody, guess what? Healthy Reasoners. I am with Lise Alexander, otherwise known as Durga. And today we are at, is it Durga or Durga?
Durga.
Durga. All right. We're at Durga's Den here in beautiful St. Anne, Jamaica. This place is called Orange Hill, but she's converted it into a lovely permaculture property.
You could say that. I like to see it as a permaculture homestead.
Permaculture homestead. And so she's going to be sharing a lot about what she does here with us on a very special episode of the Healthy Reasonings podcast.
Composting toilets, which is, in my point of view, a survival thing. If you look at most of the government preparation for disaster, and we've seen what's happening with Melissa, they think about lodging, they think about water, they think about food, and nobody thinks about sanitation. They don't talk about it. It's like it's not a need. But let me tell you, it's usually a daily need, hopefully, right?
Yeah.
And when you have a disaster like what happened with Melissa in the west of the island, it can become a problem. So, this is the perfect solution, to my point of view. We can build a composting toilet with 1 bag of cement and some onion bags. You know the plastic onion bags? Yeah. That is used as rebars in the cement, and we make cement boards with that. We have a specific plan. And you can make a composting toilet. All you need to make it operational is organic material. We use sawdust because we have access to it. We have a friend who does furniture and stuff. So he gives us bags of sawdust, and that's all we need. And to make sure that it is easy to use, user-friendly, you just make sure you have enough composting toilet for the amount of people who are going to use it. So for us, for example, we have one in our house. That's for my husband and I. And we have 2 here for the common area. And every cottage that we have has its own composting toilet. So there's not an overuse of that, because that's when it can become a problem, when there's too many people for it. But they're so cheap to make that it's easy to solve. So if you look inside here, you can see the outer part of, because it's 2 sections. You have the inside section and the outside section of 1 block that's linked with an angle. So the waste drops at the top and rolls down to the outside part. And that's where it decomposes. So usually after you've made your bazan and install it and all of that, you have at the bottom, we make a bedding for the microorganisms that are gonna decompose the waste. So there is absolutely no water involved in there. After use, you throw a little cup of sawdust or dried leaves or whatever organic material you want to use, okay? And the microorganisms and the worms are doing their job, which is to eat, consume, decompose. You end up on this side with a material that is like black dirt, black soil. It doesn't smell anything after it's been decomposed there. There's no smell and there's no bugs. There's microorganisms, but no bugs. Okay? It's a system that's enclosed, so you're not supposed to have any introduction of water or insects going in there. We build it accordingly. You see you have a pipe on the outside that goes just right behind the seat. So the air inside the basin is heated up by the black pipe. When the sun hits the black pipe, it heats up the air and pulls it up. So you have this passive air circulation. There's less smell in my composting toilet than in a regular toilet because the air is exhausted outside. Okay? And we have a little, we put a bottle in it, a rum bottle, and it's the fly trap. If ever somebody leave the seat open and there's flies going in there, they will see the light through the bottle, go into the bottle, and you just empty it whenever. So it's super easy to care for. And we're gonna go inside and you're gonna see that there is no smell. And the only maintenance we need to do is that once in a while we have some sort of a big corkscrew, I would say. And we just mix it to air it out. So there's no touching it. You just, with your corkscrew, just bring some air into that, air it out. And maybe depending on the usage, but every 6 months, 9 months, you empty it. But by that time, it's all decomposed. So we take that black dirt, that black soil, and we put it in a drum, and we keep it for another couple of months until it's full, because the 50 gallon is at least 2 years of usage. And when all of that is full and decomposed, then we reintroduce it into the forest. So we just dispose of that in the forest. It becomes food for the soil. Wow. We do not use it on our gardens where we produce food. We could, technically, it's okay. However, it's not part of the standards of organic farming. It's not accepted. So we don't use it. And in the garden, we will use it for landscaping or around fruit trees, and of course in the forest. Okay? So you don't use water, you don't pollute water, and you don't contaminate with dirty water. Instead, you're producing food for the vegetation around. In the sawdust bucket, she decided to lay there, and I let her be.
You should take a picture of that.
Oh yeah.
So you can come. Oh, she's there.
And she laid an egg.
Yeah, she has 8 eggs there.
Oh wow.
She's doing her thing. So this is the composting toilet. That's the inside the part.
Wow.
You can finish it the way you want. You can put marble if you fancy.
Oh wow.
You can use broken tiles. We have volunteers using broken tiles here. Some of the sawdust that the chicken is flying around. And if you lift it up,
Wow.
there's no flies coming out or anything like that.
Wow.
Right? You just make sure that you close it back after use. And that's it. You can throw your paper in there, no problem. As long as it's not plastic, everything will be decomposed. So it will slide out to the outside part.
Amazing. Wow.
And of course, the view, very important. I always make sure that my toilets have a view. I think it's important. So here we have 2 of them. And I'm not the woke person into she, them, they, da, da. So we have one for short people and one for tall people. The height of the toilet determines which way you go.
Oh yeah.
So you can finish them the way you want. And you see this one is with a nice little bamboo tile.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. And the sawdust, what we use. Blue is following me everywhere. So a bag of sawdust. You just use it inside.
Nice.
That's it. Look. And this resisted Melissa.
Oh wow.
In the trees, probably.
You make your little sink outside. Of course, we need water for domestic use, and we need water to water the gardens. So what we did, you remember I said we had a big underground water tank already. So around the buildings, we usually put gutters to collect all the rainwater that goes there. And up top too, the buildings have water collection, and we have tanks that feed us by gravity.
Hello, how are you?
This is the man, my husband Mikey.
Hi.
Water from top
Yeah.
comes down through gravity, and we can feed the gardens and all the needs we have.
Yes.
We have a shower over there, 2 showers over there. We even have hot water. We have a solar water heater,
Solar.
and I'll show you the showers when we go that way. So come this way. You can see the ocean view.
Oh wow.
We didn't see it before. Melissa gave us the ocean view. Okay, so Melissa really knocked us out with, she took all our fruit trees, and I was really desperate with that, and I was trying to find the silver lining in all of this, and what can I learn from this bad girl. Here used to be the food forest. So we had there an ackee tree, mango tree, mami tree, soursop, raisin, all kind of bananas in the back, coconut, everything. And a lot of avocados in the back. She took all of that out. Even the ackee tree that had survived Gilbert. That ackee tree you see there? That's all to the side.
Yeah.
It dropped first with Gilbert, and she took off everything after that. But it's grown back. It's not dead. It's still, so we leave it there. So I thought, okay, what's the message there? I was so distraught. And then I thought, first, all my fruit trees were too big. They were not pruned. They were too tall. So they were more susceptible to the winds. Difficult to harvest because you have to climb and all of that. So in my mind, nature did the pruning, right? So that's what we have to do. When we do fruit trees, we have to prune, keep them short, keep a lot of light going through. So prune, 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 prune. That's my message. Oh, you seem to all be in agreement. Huh?
Yeah.
Ladies agree.
Yeah, man, get your pruner, get your equipment and prune.
Yes.
So we had all of these trees on the ground, all these logs, these branches, and it was like, what am I going to do with all of that? So yes, you can do some biochar, but there's just so much biochar you can use. And no, I don't want to throw that just anywhere. So we came up with the idea, and I thought, this is next to the kitchen. It's the food area. It's in my zone 1. I want to grow food here. I want to walk from my kitchen and go get a branch of basil or a bunch of lettuce or whatever right there in my garden. I want to keep an eye on what's going on. So I decided to do what they call a hugelkultur. Ever heard of a hugelkultur?
No, never did.
Hugelkultur is a growing system where, very simple, you dig a trench about 1.5 feet in the ground, a good 3 feet wide. Dig your trench, and you put your logs, the big logs, put them at the bottom. On top you put smaller branches, and smaller branches, and dead leaves, and greens, and cover back with the soil. Cover it back. sponge. And they give you a reserve of water for up to 30 years.
Wow.
So your plants, when they grow, the root system is going to dig into those decomposed pieces of wood, this sponge, and get the water they need from this. So it's a system that's one, self-watering, and second, fertilizing at the same time, because you create the best environment for microorganisms. And microorganisms are your fertility system in a garden. That's very important. So as everything decomposes, you build up the microbiology inside your soil, and that is what feeds your plants. Don't look for nutrients for outside the soil. Because this idea of testing the soil, saying, oh, it needs calcium, or oh, it needs potassium, or oh, no. It needs microorganisms. And the microorganisms know where to get it, and they know how to make it available to the plant.
Wow.
That's the trick. So you don't feed the plant, you feed the soil so that the microorganisms flourish there. And they're the workers. All your earthworms,
Yes.
all your bacteria, your fungi, your protozoa in there
Yes.
will communicate with the root system and the plant and go fetch for the plant what it needs and cannot reach. And the root system needs this reaction, this symbiosis with the microorganisms. So let's go see what it looks like. We're in the middle of it.
Nice.
Something?
I want to listen.
Okay.
I've heard before, but
Okay, so as you see, we made a shape, a meandering shape there to maximize the surface where that we can cultivate.
Wow.
So we dug trenches, put the soil on the side, put all the logs that we had all over the place. So instead of having to haul things somewhere else, we used what we had and got rid of it, really, as a problem, and it becomes a feeding source. So we put it, the big logs at the bottom, then the branches, then the twigs, then we had a lot of greenery around, put it there because it's important to add your nitrogen too. Because a lot of carbon, you can't have just carbon in your pile. You need some nitrogen, so we put the green stuff. And if we put some cover crop on top of it too, it's even better. The cover crop, if you take a high nitrogen cover crop like cowpeas or stuff like that, you bring in the nitrogen that's needed for the plants. So this we did yesterday.
Oh, that's yesterday.
We did that just yesterday. So there was 3 of us. We did it by hand. We dug and put in what we needed to put in. So you see, we're not totally finished. There's still some soil here. We're going to take off the rocks and the white stone, use it in the walkway over there, and we have more dirt, more soil under it. So we're going to pack up all the sides. And I have some compost that I will show you that we also use. Compost, vermicompost, and cover crop. So that will make a great, that'll make a great environment. So all of these things, all of this space is going to be to grow food for our kitchen. So it's a lot of surface. You're going to have from the top all the way down on both sides.
Wow.
And then you have enough space in between. Also, what we're going to do, we want to bring some water in the system. So we're going to make some mini ponds where we're going to have water with azolla, or what you call here duckweed. And this is very invasive. It produces and multiplies real fast. Within 24 hours, it doubles up in volume. And this is used to feed the chicken. You just scoop it up, give that to the chicken, they eat it all. They love it. It's a very high source of protein. So these are all things you have to think when you want self-reliance in your place. You gotta think what you can use all your space. So we'll do 2 or 3 ponds. We'll see how it goes, and that will be my chicken feed. So what was our problem with all these dead trees? We're making it profitable. So because we didn't have, because we didn't have much soil, we use any opportunity we have to pack up some soil somewhere and grow things. So for example, here we have a little fire pit in the back there. It's also where we eat now, but that's where we meet and make a fire. So I'm doing a little stone wall, and in this small space we have our rosemary and we have our mint. I can grow anything in there. Okay, so pack up the soil and use this space. We also recycled a lot of our old bathtubs. So here I have some oregano, and the tomatoes are taking over. I used to have a lot of passion fruit.
Oh.
I had the most beautiful passion fruit, but Melissa decided to take most of them. But they're growing back, they're coming back. But this is one of the vines. Something is hitting it now, but it's gonna come back. So for the moment, we have our tomatoes, some tomatoes coming up. And so again, the use of whatever we can to gather soil and grow things. Do the same thing here, some tomato plants, some pepper plants. And here is where I raise my worms.
Oh yeah.
Because we had to create soil.
Oh yeah.
So what's the best way to create soil is to have microorganisms and worms decompose organic material. Okay. So let me show you my babies. So this is my worm nursery. So I have a system. The thing with the worms, you have to protect them. They're very vulnerable to ants, lizards, birds, chicken, right? So in my nurseries, I cover them with a mesh so that the lizards don't go in. Even here, because the lizards are something else, you know. I didn't put that first, and we don't see it on this one, but the others, they make a hole and they go in. So you gotta bug it proof, you know? So I have a mix that I make. Oh gosh. Let's see what it is. So I make a mix that is 1/3 manure, either rabbit or goat. I like those, and the worms like it too. Because of the shape, and I can see that it has been decomposed, that it has been processed by the shape changing. So I mix manure with coconut coir and water. So you see the worms? They're there. They're shy. They're shy. Oh. And we call them red wiggler because they wiggle a lot. And they're red. So you see them there?
Oh yeah.
So they're hiding at the bottom. So that's them. I feed them with I put some trash vegetables. I'll show you my equipment over there.
Thank you.
I cannot put them in the blender. I wouldn't want to do that. So I have a garbage disposing
I saw it in your video.
thing. Oh,
yeah,
you did?
Yeah, with the sink.
Which
yeah.
video?
There's a video on YouTube with you that says worms in Jamaica, worm farm in Jamaica.
My goodness.
Yeah.
It's not me who did that, you know.
So I watched.
There's no
that's how I
secret
found
anymore.
You. That's how I found you.
There's no secret anymore.
That's how I found you.
Oh. I wonder, that was one regeneration, I think. Probably. Okay, so that's it. I put it in different boxes because I always like to have a guarantee, you know, if something happens to one box, I have some others. So you call that redundancy in permaculture.
Oh yes.
Redundancy planning. Okay. So that's one section where I raise my little ones. And then, so all those boxes will be used to grow. I'm gonna show you my nursery and I have some plants coming up. But you can see, look, chicken. Chicken goes and they love to scratch and stuff. So I will have to secure the front too.
Is it strawberry?
Yes, look at my strawberries coming up. Look at them.
Very.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I have to compete with I don't know what. There's something eating my strawberry. Okay, see?
Nice.
See one there? There's more blooms here, so we'll get more. Yeah. It's a friend of from London who sent that. So here are my chickens. This is my chicken coop. So I had to make a roof. My husband was like, "Oh, okay, I'll go get some 2x4s and that and that." I'm like, Let's use the old satellite dish that's hanging out in the backyard that we never know what to do with. So I used the old satellite dish, the big one, and I just put some thatch on and some plastic can. They're happy, they're comfortable, and we let them out every morning.
Healthy reasoners, there's so much more I'd love to be able to say during these podcast episodes, but out of respect for the platforms that I'm on, such as this one, I do not think it would be the best move. And so I want to be able to provide even more unfiltered, clear conversations for you, the healthy reasoners. So I invite you to join me in our very own private community over at healthyreasonings.com. There, we can talk in a little bit more detail. I actually have several benefits available for you. It's live Q&A sessions once a week. We're gonna have discussions amongst ourselves. We're gonna see if we can get some of our guests to come on there as well to share their thoughts in a more candid way. And so many other benefits, including behind the scene footage, other resources, merch and apparel, lots of things that are gonna make your life so much better, healthier and more productive. So I invite you to join us over there at healthyreasonings.com. Sign up to join the community. It is totally free and you're gonna see me there live and in living color, speaking in clear, unfiltered terms. Jump over right now and I'll see you there.
So before I feed them, I let them out for about 2 hours. They scratch and do the thing. And what happened is that when I first wanted some layers, I was totally new to everything. So I go to the farm store and I buy 3 layers. So when I got my layers, I'm like, they don't have a beak. How are they gonna pick all over the place? Because I wanted them to be free range, right?
Yeah.
So I asked the guy, can I get some with the beak? And it's like, they don't come like that. I'm like, well, they're not born like that. So he says, that's all we have. We can't get the other one. So I checked different places, nobody had it. So I'm like, I could see some common fowls walking around the place.
Yes.
Is that right? Let me get the rooster. Yes. I got a rooster and I put it with my girls with other people. Okay? And he did what he had to do. And they got babies. So my layers were mixed with the common fowl rooster. But they had a beak.
Exactly.
And I could let them walk around.
Yeah.
So since
Free
then,
range, free
all the
range.
generations
Oh yeah,
that came after,
they're smart.
we left them with the beak. There's not enough for them to fight each other. They're very comfortable. They have enough space, enough food, enough water, so they don't compete with each other. There's no fighting. Well, once in a while. But, but you know, so everybody's happy. And they give me eggs every day. That's one of my main protein source is my eggs. So that's the story for the chicken. And the story for my potatoes. Now remember, I know nothing about farming, right? Don't know much.
In theory.
But I experiment a lot. So I had these potatoes germinating in my kitchen that I had not used fast enough. So I started studying on the potato, knowing that it's invasive, it doesn't grow well with other things. I gave it its own box. This is all recycled cages from, when they transport liquid in big plastic containers. I cut it in two and use it. So I put a lot of compost in there, and again I did like an alga culture in this.
Yes.
So I have trunks at the bottom, branch twigs, a lot of compost and vermicompost, and I just put the potatoes. But the potatoes, I had a big thick layer of wood chip, and I just moved the wood chip to the soil, put the potato on it, and cover with the wood chip. And look at that.
Wow.
There was one there. Something ate it. At one point I came and they were getting eaten by I don't know what. But I didn't give up. And I lost one in that corner, but all others are doing very well. So I keep on packing up more wood chip, more compost. And I'll have my potatoes without being too invasive. And here now, this is a project to come. I had made an alga culture there too. So all this soil, it's been there for about 2 years. So it's pretty much decomposed now. So I will use some of this soil to finish the sides of my garden there. And here what I'm gonna put 2 of the bathtubs to collect some water from the roof to make, to grow that azolla duckweed for the chicken. So considering that the duckweed doubles in 24 hours in volume, so every day I can feed my chicken. What you can feed your chicken without buying the commercial feed, there's 7 common things you grow here that you can use. You can use the duckweed. You can use the leaves of the cassava. You can use moringa. Moringa leaves, which grows really easily. You see we have some there. Moringa leaves. You can use banana trunks. So after you cut your bananas, the trunk itself, you chop it fine, and it's beautiful feeding for the chicken. And not only is it feeding them, but there's a lot of water in it too. So that's all good. So there's a lot of things you can use. And coconut, we have a lot of coconuts. Sometimes they're a little past or not, whatever. Chop it in 2, put it there. They get busy. It keeps them occupied. Chicken like to be busy. So you can find things to feed your chicken without having to buy the commercial feeding. So here we have my nursery. It's kind of busy because after the storm we had to replant everything.
Yes.
So we have our beans coming up, and we're going to do some of the beans in the garden. We have the space organized already. So we have different things sewn up. We have some eggplants, and this is spinach. I think it's spinach, or it could be chard. It could be chard. I didn't read that.
Spinach.
These are spinach too. We have a lot of spinach. Tomatoes. And we put this because the lizards are back. Right? So these are they're for beds usually. I bought them in India. I carried a dozen of them here.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I use them for. And this here is a nice cover crop. So this is something we can put on it's purslane.
Purslane, yay!
So purslane is very easy to grow here,
Yeah,
and it's a beautiful cover crop.
wow,
So we have it growing, and we will be able to put it up there.
nice.
These are all tomato plants. I like to give them a little rub like that once in a while to make them stronger. And this is what's some pumpkin. And these bags with tomatoes, we're gonna link them up. We're gonna put a bar up top and hook them up
Nice.
to go up. So this is my potting soil that I make. I don't buy. I remember I got a volunteer from Canada. She wanted me to buy potting soil. And I'm like, well, what's the point? You know, where is it? It was coming from Canada. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna buy soil from Canada. So I make my potting soil with 4 ingredients: coconut coir, sieved,
Makes sense.
vermicompost, compost, and local soil that I sieve. I sieve everything, put it together. It gives me wonderful results.
Yes.
And it's not expensive to me because I produce most of that.
Some Cersei under here.
Yeah,
Seriously.
it's growing wild all over the place. Ashes, I always have my pot of ashes that I use around, for example, my tomatoes, there was something nipping at it. So I put the ashes and they leave it alone. I have some trees that I'm gonna transplant in my food forest. I have some mangoes, I have avocado. And this is a black walnut.
Ooh, nice.
My black walnut tree fell. I will show you the forest thing.
Nice.
But yes, good
I've been looking for that.
parasite, anti-parasite.
Yeah,
That with clove.
I've been looking
You
for
mix
that.
it, you soak the layer, the outer part in alcohol,
Wow.
and then you mix some cloves in it.
I've been looking for that. Do you have any more plants?
Yeah, I can give you one.
Thank you.
So the ashes, is it good for insects like mealybugs also?
It's good mainly it has several purposes. It can acidify your soil if you need to. It prevents slugs.
Yes.
Very good against slugs. So here I have a sea grape, and these are all fruit trees here that I'm growing to transplant.
Lise, what beans were those? You just said beans.
Those?
Yeah.
String beans.
Yeah.
Peas.
Here I have garlic.
Wow.
I experiment with the garlic because I don't like what I see in the market. I don't want to buy it. I don't buy it. The only reason I buy garlic is if I need to make a pesticide or something. I'm afraid of the Chinese garlic, and that's all you'll find now. So I'm trying to grow some organic ones so I can share the bulbs with other farmers, and we can try a Jamaican production of good, healthy.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Healthy Reasonings podcast. Remember to subscribe to this podcast so you can be updated as soon as new episodes are ready. If you have a question, send us a voice note on WhatsApp or a WhatsApp message. The WhatsApp number is 1-876-405-7831. For more information or to become a sponsor, please email wellnessdocjamaica@gmail.com. See you soon.